So it looks generally like more of you escaped than got finished. And that's good. That's exactly what I want for fundamentals class. Because the person's starting in an advantageous position, as I said, all things being equal, they should be able to finish you. But if more of you are escaping in this class, that's a great sign, okay? That's exactly where I want you to be. Because now, when everybody's attacking, they're gonna have to learn to up their game to start learning how to hold and attack against somebody who's got good defense. Everything changes, okay? So, Eric was on my back. We tried to make our way to the underhook side. Some of you wound up on the choke side, that's okay. Head down, coming out, elbow down as he went to get on top. I saw some of you getting into ashigarami and some of you getting butterfly, okay? As I've shown in the past, from butterfly, we can choose to close our guard, which we often do in fundamentals class. But today we're gonna look at butterfly. And we're gonna look at where they climbed on top, assuming I got into a butterfly guard. I'm in a supinated butterfly guard. I'm on my back, he's inside. I can still use my hooks to elevate him and push him away if I needed to. I can use my hooks oftentimes to turn on the side and start elevating him to sweep him. But I can also keep my hooks out. So if my hooks are flat and dead on the ground and Eric just goes to walk around, he runs around my hooks. And this happens oftentimes at white belt. You have dead hooks. If you look at my feet, they're just sitting on the ground. We need those hooks to be active. So we want to prevent him from just haphazardly, at will, walking wherever he wants to. So when those hooks are active, when I feel Eric walking, like he doesn't go anywhere. He's hooked. He goes the other way, same thing. So while he's hooked in here and he's close to me, chest to chest, this is great for gi. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up his gi. I'm going to go 4 fingers all the way to the tag and keep that elbow nice and low. Now, I'm 50% done with this choke. If Eric tries to keep his head down and hide, it's very difficult. I can angle my body and find that other side of the gi right here. Now, I don't want to squeeze Eric's face, so I pull him in. I use my hooks to pull him in, and I bring my elbows down, and I want to get ear to ear. I don't want to just start squeezing here. Pull them in, elbows down, ear to ear. So I start pulling my elbows to the floor, I get a strong choke. What happens if I get this in and Eric starts passing? If he passes the side control and this is already in, very likely he's going to go to sleep. Because once the choke is set in, it's set in. So I want you guys to focus getting that first hand in, 4 fingers all the way to the tag. Your forearm goes nice and tight to the chest. My wrist is molded around his neck. Okay? As he starts to move around or stay, my hooks are nice and tight. I change my angle, I push, and I'm going to grip that pile of gi up there. I don't need to put 4 fingers in on the bottom. A lot of people think they need to, or they need to put a thumb in. It's not wrong to do so, but Henzo rarely showed us to do that. Once that grips in, grip that gi right up here. 4 fingers, no thumb. Pull them in, drop that elbow. Pull your elbows down and get a tight choke. Okay, let's give it a shot.